Hi there, and thanks for watching this video. If you find it helpful, we would really appreciate you clicking the like button. And if you want to see and hear more about all things real estate websites, software, and marketing, then subscribe to our channel as we're always posting new videos. If you're tuned in here, I'm assuming you're a real estate agent, broker, or own a real estate business and you're thinking about a new website. And you need some help. In real estate, or in any business for that matter, your website is becoming increasingly more important. This means that choosing a website designer is one of the biggest business decisions you will ever make. This can be a complicated and confusing process for even the most experienced of us. Now, before we go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Phil, and I'm a business analyst at Respasio. And Respasio is a website development, CRM software, and marketing company specializing in the real estate industry. We have a team of people dedicated just to real estate websites, and we offer a free review of your existing site with no obligation, so you can be armed with real information about where you stand digitally. Just go to respasio.com/web review. Again, that's respasio.com/web review. Okay, let's get back to the real reason for this video. Helping you choose the best real estate website designer for your company. We've put together a list of 19 things we believe the best real estate website designers should have or do to make your shortlist. These aren't in order of importance, and some are more vital than others, but we will make sure to let you know which ones these are as we go through the list. We're going to go through these quickly because there's 19 of them and we don't want to take up too much of your time today. If you want a more in-depth version of these points, please read the article we wrote on the subject. And I've included a link in the description below for you. Okay, number 1, do they plan before they build? Meaning, do they work from a well laid out plan, structure, and strategy? Think about it this way. Would a developer hire a construction firm to build a building based on a pretty picture without first engaging an architect and engineer to create drawings, plans, and specifications? Of course they wouldn't, because the building would probably fall down. So make sure anybody you are thinking of working with follows the plan, design, then build formula. Number 2, do they have a process? Ask them what their process is. You're going to want to know what to expect out of your website build. This should also be documented, and if it's not, I'd be worried. Number 3, do they understand your business? How could they possibly build you the best website to generate the most sales if they didn't? Keep an eye out for how many questions they ask about your company and how well they listen. Everyone is born with 2 of these and 1 of these, and the best real estate website designers should use them in proportion. Number 4, do they do their keyword research? Now, I told you I would flag the most vital of these points, and this is one of them. Keyword research and your keyword list are the holy grail to any business today. It is critical if you want to appear to the right people at the right point in their buyer journey. Ask to see examples of keyword research they have done for other real estate agents or agencies. If there isn't any to be seen, or the quality of the list they do show you is poor, then just give them a pass. This is a non-negotiable, people. No keyword research, don't hire them. Number 5, do they have experience with all types of real estate websites? You want a web designer that has built real estate websites before. You want them to understand the industry. Ask to see their portfolio of previous real estate websites and have a look at the diversity. Sales agent, sales and rental agent, property management, commercial real estate, and developers, to name a few. If they have done a bit of everything and have experience with both single agent, full brokerage, and everything in between, then you are probably safe to keep them on the list. At Respasio, we are, have been, and always will be real estate specific website developers. We are knee deep in real estate websites every day. If you want your current real estate website reviewed by our team for free with no obligation, then just go to respasio.com/web review. Again, that's respasio.com/web review. Number 7, did they prioritize conversions and functionality over design? Look, I know that when you think of designing a website, your brain goes straight to what will it look like. As important as the look and feel of it is, its ability to convert visitors into leads is monumentally more important. I'm going to say that again. Its ability to convert visitors into leads is monumentally more important. This is another one of those points that is critically vital and must not be overlooked. Head over to their portfolio of real estate websites again and ask yourself these questions about the sites. How do I get in touch within 3 seconds of landing on a page? How difficult is it to submit my contact information? If I am looking for specific information, is the path to that information and then the path to submitting my contact info clear, simple, and easy to understand? And finally, is the main structure of the website easy to navigate so as to give you the confidence you could easily find anything you're looking for within a few clicks? If the answers to these questions aren't really trending in the positive, easy, clear, and confident direction, then stay away. Number 8, do they prioritize CTAs or calls to action? Conversions and CTAs really are in the same section, but we separated them to highlight just how important they are. Check those websites again and make sure that the designer you're looking at has created and strategically placed calls to action everywhere. To be clear, a call to action is a direct instruction to a website visitor to submit contact details in exchange for something. This could be in exchange for a subscription to your newsletter, a viewing on a property, sign up to Property Match alerts, a valuation appointment, and you're getting the idea. Really scrutinize this, because if your website doesn't tell people to do something, they will, in all likelihood, bounce off and head to another website. Number 9, are they user experience experts? So what do we mean by user experience? Well, the one word that comes to mind is intuitive. Because if a website is intuitive and you are a visitor, then you will flow through it effortlessly and get exactly where you want to go with very little work. Think about Apple's iPhone user experience. A 3-year-old or an 80-year-old can make it work within minutes. That's how the websites of all the best real estate website designers should feel. So if you check out their portfolio and the words that come to mind are clunky, confusing, difficult, would you want them designing your website? Number 10, do they understand the importance of mobile friendliness? This is a very simple point. If any website designer you speak to doesn't place a priority on mobile design in the first meeting, then walk away as fast as possible. According to Statista, 92% of all internet users globally access via mobile devices. That tells you everything you need to know. Mobile is the #1 device for the world, and it should be the #1 priority for a website designer as well. Number 11, do they keep up with design trends? We are constantly harping on about the planning, but design relevance is just as important. Once the planning is done, you don't want your website to be similar to your grandmother's interior design. Amazing for the 70s, but really needs a full overhaul. Do a little research and see what's trending. Compare what you learned to the most recent designs in the designer's portfolio. You make the call from there. Number 12, do they understand Core Web Vitals and site speed optimization? Listen, I know about as much about Core Web Vitals as I do about cross-stitching pillows. Trust me, you don't want one of my throw pillows on your sofa. But I have a team of people working with me that certainly do. And they can provide proof that our sites score high in these areas as well as in speed tests. This is what you want to see from your real estate website designer. Remember, if you want your current site reviewed for free with absolutely no obligation, then just go to Respasio.com/web review. Again, that's Respasio.com/web review. Number 13, are they experts in search engine optimization, SEO? This is another one of those very, very important points. So listen up, everybody. You need to be absolutely sure that the designer that will build your new real estate website has an in-depth knowledge of SEO, because it directly determines the number and the quality of the visitors to your website. So do some Google searches and see where their previous sites come up in rankings. If all their sites are ranking high and the older ones have really good authority across the board, then you can be sure they are SEO people. Number 14, do they prioritize locations and shortlists? This is all about real estate website designers knowing how people search and what they search for. They search by location and by features. First location, then if they want to be more specific, they add the features. Let me explain. Nobody searches property for sale and that's it. They always search property for sale in a location. Then they might refine that search to property for sale in a location with a pool, for example. So you need to have dedicated pages to locations and to shortlists. If a website designer doesn't build websites with location pages and shortlists, you're going to miss out on so many leads, it's almost criminal. Number 15, can they write high converting copy? Writing content and writing high converting content are two very different things. To check out if a real estate website designer knows how to write high converting copy, you have to look for, is the copy benefit driven? Meaning, is it all about what's in it for the prospect? Not the features, but the benefits. And is the main keyword identifiable, and does it appear in enough headings, subheadings, and body text? There is a lot more to it, but these two things tell you straight away if they are even worth your consideration. Number 16, do they do lots of post-launch work? The last thing you want is for your website to be launched and then you are left to fend for yourself. Remember step number 2, process. Check their process and ask a lot of questions about what goes on after launch. You want to see and hear stuff like ongoing training and support, periodic security and speed testing, site health checks, and general testing and quality assurance. What they have in their post-launch process should make you feel at ease and comfortable. If not, then you will likely be left with stress and questions and nobody to answer them. Number 17, do they have hosting, security, maintenance, and web support? You can ask questions like, do you have hosting services? If so, are they country and/or region specific? Where and how do you keep client data? What is your web support procedure? How often and what components of my website will be updated? Again, if the answers fill you with confidence and make you feel like they have your back, then you probably are looking at a good real estate website designer. Number 18, do they give you full ownership of your website? This is very simple to deduce. You don't want to end up having to pay some kind of exit fee to take ownership of your site down the line. Make sure you have it in writing that the site is yours, even if you were to split ways with the company. And finally, number 19, are they cheap? Quite simply put, you get what you pay for. If they are cheap, then you will get a cheap result. Getting a great real estate website that will lay a foundation for the future of your business is a big investment. Stay away from the cheap options and look for people that meet the requirements of this checklist. We promise if you do, you will be driving more traffic, leads, and sales into your business than ever before. Thank you again for watching, and remember, you can get your current real estate website reviewed by our website team absolutely free with no obligation. Just go to Respasio.com/web review. Again, that's Respasio.com/web review. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. We hope you learned something today. Thank you again for watching.